What up, YouTube, man? She brought back, man, another reaction. We got this Kyrie situation is a major problem. I seen this video yesterday, and I ain't click on it because I already seen another video saying that that little update about him possibly was like cause someone, I don't know if he's a conspiracy, I don't know, his name Mavericks Digest. He was saying that that little report yesterday that came out, which is probably what this video about. That report was for basically Kyrie was frustrated. We're not frustrated, but he was just begging them to not trade AD supposedly. So that's why I said he might not return for other reasons or whatever the quote was. But let's see if it's even about that. Let's see what the
new report on Kyrie Irving. Looks great on the surface, but could easily be the first domino of a disaster. Mark Spears of ESPN says,
I be forgetting every situation, every video on this, especially with a lot of views with Mavericks. Anybody on it, it's gonna be negative, bro.
He's looking good, ahead of schedule to return from his ACL. He's working out with the purpose of playing this season, which I'm sure Mavs fans are glad to hear. Probably late January, All-Star break. Awesome. But we kind of already knew about the All-Star break. Then it gets crazy. Someone close to him told me that if it were the playoffs, he could play right now. That's how ahead of schedule he is. What?
Yeah.
Kyrie could be on the floor 7 months after tearing his ACL. That is unheard of. Kyrie is 32, coming off 7 months after tearing his ACL. That is unheard of. Kyrie is 32, coming off an ACL.
Everybody the same, and just like, oh, they 30. I guess you can't heal now. I don't know what y'all be thinking when niggas turn 30, bro. It's like, he's 30 and he just did this. Or like, it's like everything's just so exaggerated for some reason. Like, you can't heal when you're 30 now.
Faster than anyone expected. How is that bad? Well, the Mavericks have to tank to maximize their draft pick, yes.
Nigga, I don't know what they do.
Way deeper.
I don't know about that. None of that. Them niggas straight tried to win yesterday and got cheated again. That's all I do know. Why the heck, man, bro? I made a video on that on my other channel. Why they cheating for the Knicks, bro? That shit still is unreal, man. Like, cheat for the damn short-handed team, you fucking shameless ass.
This Kyrie news could set off a chain reaction of trouble. Like, just
that shit, though.
This Kyrie news could set off a chain reaction of trouble. Like, just when Cooper Flag thinks the Nico Harrison drama is over, he walks into a whole other mess. Can the kid get a break? Because Kyrie is key to what comes next. But I am so jealous. Lord, in the draft to 9th for them to get him. Spurs got lucky, landing the #1 pick in the Tim Duncan draft. But it's what they do after getting that superstar that really counts. What separates good franchises from bad ones. In the Warriors and Spurs case, they both expertly built rosters around their star that unlocked a dynasty. But in other cases, like the Cavaliers around LeBron in 03, or the Timberwolves around Kevin Garnett, the team wasted an all-time talent. So which one are the Mavs going to be with Cooper Flag?
Nah.
Are they going to waste 2 franchise players? First Luka, now Cooper.
They wasted Luka?
Are they going to waste 2 franchise players? First Luka, now...
What? What? Kevin Garnett didn't go to the finals on the Timberwolves, did he? And obviously, wait, did LeBron go? I don't know, actually. Not on that team. I don't know. Either way, that ain't no waste. Going to the finals, building a team that good to go to... Come on, man. Get the hell on. Niggas still ain't been in the finals in the NBA. There's still niggas that still... Like, come on, man. That nigga didn't waste shit. Shout out Nico. That nigga maximized. He obviously thought that was the peak. The hell? Look at that nigga Richard Jefferson. Like, what? What?
The team wasted.
Nigga went to the finals, the furthest Luka than ever been.
I'm talent. So which one are the Mavs going to be with Cooper Flag? Are they going to waste 2 franchise players? First Luka, now Cooper. Well, it all hinges on what they do these next few.
It got views and my nigga Kyrie in it.
Months. That is how big this is. How big the GM hire is too, by the way. It can make or break Coop's entire Mavs career. So the first thing is the draft pick. Well, building around Luka, Nico Harrison traded all...
All right, nigga, at the end of the day, shit get that bad, Coop gonna be like, all right, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Anthony Davis with the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying?
Their picks until 2031 outside of this year. So Coop was dropped into a win-now team. Only problem was they suck. All Nico got to replace Kyrie was D'Angelo Russell.
Every game is close.
Jason Kidd played
almost every game we didn't play, literally, against healthy teams has been close, bro. Obviously, the first one wasn't. But, and we shouldn't have lost to the Wizards, I ain't gonna lie. That's the one game I'm like, bro, come on, man. We should not have lost that. And then, the Grizzlies one was, I don't know why they was getting belt from Grizzlies. That was the only other one. And yeah, and the Timberwolves on the back-to-back, and then you didn't have the same team you had the day before. Just no continuity, injuries, and a back-to-back. But other than that, they didn't compete every game. We just beat the Knicks healthy, nigga. Like, we should have won that game, bro. Like, let's be real. We would have won that game, then what? You know what I'm saying?
Is rookie at point
saying
guard.
We suck is just, you're not looking at the game, bro. You ain't looking
at a position
shit.
Set up to
you
fail.
Watching, you looking
Coop
without
faced
context.
Elite defenders, had no one to set him up in good positions, which led to the worst offense in the NBA. I'm talking
Top
a 103.2 offensive rating. Gotta go back to 2021 to find something worse. Now the good news is Kidd bailed on Point Cooper, moved him to small forward. Since then, his numbers have bumped across the board.
This is under torture. I ain't gonna lie, watching you. I'm putting out content though. What the hell? Why won't it work, bro? I don't know how to get that.
Even
to work,
assists
man.
have stayed the same. Against Portland late, Coop double team spins over Denny Avdia to tie the game.
That's the funny part. Nigga Coop had like what he had 20, and my nigga B Will iced that game, nigga. And PJ came to play that game.
Goes at all defense too. Things are looking up. But here's the problem. Even with Cooper looking better, the team can't just decide to tank, okay? Tanking is tough. You have to be bad all the time. The Mavs aren't bad enough. I mean, look around the league. Washington, historically awful. Brooklyn can't defend a high school team. Indiana in a full-on teardown. These teams are trying to lose. They're naturally terrible. Dallas has to work to be this bad. And that's the danger. If the Mavericks don't stack losses now, they fall into the dreaded middle of the first round zone, where you get no star, no chance of a real help next to Cooper. And unlike those other teams...
That's just a made-up assumption. You know what I'm saying? If the draft is as deep as they're saying, why couldn't you get a star in the middle? At least, if they talking about... They saying like this is going to be the best draft class. If that's the case, come on, man. You telling me 20 people... And come on now. You should get 20 good players, like good to obviously the elite in the probably top 10 and up, but yeah, you should get a good player. You know what I'm saying?
Dallas can't take their time. They don't own a pick again until 2031. This is their one bullet.
This nigga, Jokic was a second-round pick, bro. Shut up.
So these tiny
I know it's rare, but I'm just
moving
saying,
Cooper
bro,
to small forward, getting a little healthier, getting Kyrie back, those things are good, but they're also catastrophic if you're trying to land a franchise-shifting player. You literally cannot afford to mess up a single week of the season. One low win streak, one stretch of confidence, boom, suddenly picking 11th instead of 3rd. And that's the difference between getting a guy who helps Cooper win a ring and getting a guy who's like out of the league in 4 years. This is why the Mavericks are terrified.
That's cap, bro. What? First round picks? Number 11 if you got... What?
Guy who's like out of the league in 4 years. This is why the Mavericks are terrified. It is the worst position an NBA franchise can be in. So what do? We'll hold Anthony Davis back. Yeah, he's set back, you know, another 5 days here.
Hey, that man Mark Cuban came out with some shit, but then Sham said something right after. It was weird, so I don't really know what
But you can only do that for so long, because Mark Stein reports the general consensus league-wide is that Davis is going to have to put together a sustained stretch of productive basketball in December and... Because outside of the draft pick, you have to nail this Anthony Davis trade to set Cooper up for success. Now, one solution would be to ask Davis to shut it down all year.
I ain't gonna lie, nah, that ain't happening, man. I think Mark Cuban. I don't think, because you really is just gonna trade him just to trade him. You ain't even gonna get, like, the best value. You ain't even gonna get
now
nothing back.
Trade later.
It's just to be.
But there is no way he
would
go for that. AD is 32 years old. You think he's gonna waste maybe the last year of his prime on the couch? Plus, he's eligible for an extension next offseason. Same for Kyrie. No extension, but dude wants to play. Remember, Spears said, someone close to Kyrie told me if it were the playoffs, he could play right now. That's how ahead of schedule he is. I hear he wants to be back and he's ready. Now you're going to ask him to shut it down for the season. I am sorry, but both of these guys have a history of demanding a trade. And if the Mavs want to protect that draft pick...
He's demanded a trade from the Pelicans, my nigga. About time. What? And then Kyrie, I mean, yeah, with the Cavs to the Celtics, and yeah, and then that team with the Nets. Yeah. But I think after that, I think they wanted to trade him though. The Nets. I think, or did he want to get out of there? I don't know. Either way, you got to know context, but. This is how they be, bro.
They've got a problem. Out of context, bro. Play the stars and risk a terrible pick, or shut the stars down.
Risk a terrible pick. These dudes the Wizards was tanking the whole year, and they didn't even get the #1 pick, bro. So.
And risk a mutiny. They've already had a hell of a time with this Nico Harrison mess. I wouldn't put it past AD and Kyrie.
What was he saying? I
am
said something. I'm not gonna let you slide.
Now you're gonna ask him to shut it down for the season. I am sorry, but both of these guys have a history of demanding a trade.
That fast.
And if the
bruh, yeah, like I said, the context, the Mavs, bruh, he seemed to be locked in with the Mavericks, but I ain't gonna lie, Kyrie, but you never do know. Cause shit, if they trade AD and they really are trying to build, what the hell would he stay for? So, I don't know.
Already had a hell of a time with this Nico Harrison mess. I wouldn't put it past AD and Kyrie to say, get me out of here. Oh, but that would never happen. Kyrie's so happy in Dallas. What makes you think it's any different? Kyrie in Cleveland didn't like LeBron, so he asked out. Boston didn't like the fit, so he left. Brooklyn didn't like LeBron, so he asked out. Boston didn't like the fit, so he left. Brooklyn didn't.
Nah. This is true. Like this, he already talked about that. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. They did all the extra shit with the vaccine, and then guess what? Stephen A. came back and said he was right, but no one's gonna talk about that. And yeah, nigga, they didn't respect that. So
like the vibes, so he asked that. Now in Dallas, who he's happy with Luka Doncic. What happens when Kyrie realizes he's now a mentor for Cooper Flagg? Is that really what he wants for his last chapter? Really? Dude may be 32 off an ACL, but still an elite ball handler, shot maker. And now he's just going to be another mentor to young guys like the new Chris Paul. Really? You can easily see a world where he wants to move on, especially if they then ask him to shut it down while healthy. That's why Kyrie being ahead of schedule
I'm with you a little bit on this part.
If they then ask him to shut it down while healthy, that's why Kyrie being ahead of schedule is low-key the worst news possible. It forces the Mavericks into a decision they cannot win. Let him play and ruin the tank, or sit him and...
Bruh, stop saying the tank, all that. You're not getting a guaranteed pick.
Risk ruining the relationship. And that's another problem in building around Cooper.
Just because you tank.
They don't have the pick for next year. So not only do they need to trade vets to tank now, but keep enough talent to be good next year. Wow. I feel bad for whoever gets this GM job long term, because it's like team building on hard mode. So let's be clear on why the Kyrie news is bad. The Mavericks are now sitting at the most important stretch of decision-making in the Cooper Flagg era. They have to protect that 20...
Why do they act like Cooper is like, what is the rush? The only thing is that pick, though. The supposed good draft or whatever, but this dude, I mean, yeah, like he's old or something, but he's young as hell.
On it, because it does. They have to nail the Anthony Davis trade, not just dump him. And they have to survive these next few months without alienating the only veteran talent they have left. Kyrie is sprinting through his ACL rehab, should be good, but instead,
I see what you're talking about. Yeah, when you saying mentor Cooper Flagg, you saying like Yeah, why the hell would he? I said the same thing.
Another complication for a front office that is already drowning in them. Dallas doesn't have room for one more misstep, one more complication. They already burned Lucas Prime. If they mishandle this stretch, they also risk burning Cooper Flags before it even gets started. But one thing you guys always comment to me is you want two things in the video. You want positive videos about the game and small market.
Hey, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think with that, bro. I'm out, man. Look out.